What's up, FOA Squad? I'm Anthony, and welcome to our channel, Van Life East Coast. I hope you guys are doing well out there. I don't even know where to begin this video. Let me just start off by saying, the minute that I moved out of that apartment and into my car, I had a feeling that I was not going to stay on my job very long. I'm surprised I went through with it and actually moved into my car. Because y'all know me, I changed my mind at the drop of a dime. And for me to actually have gone through that whole entire process for the past 2 or 3 months, preparing myself to move into this car and then actually moved into my car, I shocked myself. But in just 2 days, I would have now lived in my car for a month. Can you believe that? A whole month almost went by of my living back into my car. So I kind of am settled in. I'm settled in now. You know, I got my little routine down, and you know, I'm adjusting, readjusting where I need to be. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about, I have decided that I'm going to resign from my job. Now, 2 months ago, I got on here and I ranted on about, you know, they put me on a stacker. I'm quitting. You know, I cried like a baby. I'm quitting this and that. I don't want to be on the stacker. Okay. Well, I kind of, you know, reevaluated after that and said, okay, they're not in the wrong, blah, blah, blah. However, things are different this particular time around. Now, all I needed was something else on this job to happen to push me to that decision to leave. And lo and behold, it did. So what happened this time is we have 3 guys out. Actually, 1 guy quit. The other guy is out on maternity leave. His wife has had a baby, so he's out. And the other guy hurt his shoulder on the job, and he's been out well over a month now. Excuse me. So they short of people. So they decided that they were going to move me to a different press. Now, remember in a previous video, I mentioned to you guys that I worked a 12-hour shift with this guy and he smoked all the time, right? And I felt like after that 12-hour shift, I had a cloud of smoke in my chest. I was coughing the next 3 days or whatever. And this is the guy that they put me with. When I saw that on that schedule last week, I went up the next day. I went up to my supervisor and I said, I saw the schedule. You guys have me working over there with so-and-so. And I told them, I said, I'm not going to be able to work with him because he smokes. Now, my supervisor is well aware that he smokes, and he's well aware that he smokes on the press. I said, I told him, I said, when I work with him that last 12-hour shift, you know, I inhaled so much smoke that I was coughing for the next 3 days. I said, I can't work under those conditions. So he said that he was going to talk to him and let him know that he can't smoke on the press, that he has to go off the press. And, you know, the company and the employees who smoke have a kind of like a undertone. I don't know how to say it right now. They kind of have a not spoken agreement that they can go off into an area and take a couple puffs or whatever, you know. And so I said, okay. So Monday of this week, first day working with him, I kid you not, within 20 minutes into the shift, he's back there where I'm working, puffing away. I almost left and went home. He's puffing away, you know, and I am like, oh my goodness. And then halfway through the night, my supervisor saw me coming out of the restroom and he said, everything okay? So I could tell he was concerned, you know. He was like, everything okay? I just looked at him and shook my head because, let me just say, I don't want to be this guy that bring a whole smoking situation up on the job. I'm leaving now, so I don't really give a FUCK about people that's going to be smoking there, you know. But I refuse to work with someone that smokes and he just don't care about other people that don't smoke. And I had the conversation with one of my good friends yesterday, and she was like, why don't you just, you know, say something to the guy that smokes? I said, look, it's not my responsibility to do that. This guy smokes. I already spoke to the supervisor. The supervisor said that he was going to go and don't get me wrong. This is not the only reason why I'm leaving at this time. This is just an incident that pushed me a little bit to do something different. I have been mentioning to you guys for months now that I want to work a part-time job and that I don't want to work full-time, at least not full-time in this industry. I've been in the print industry now for about almost 34 years now. And I think I'm to the point where I really want to do something different. I don't know whether it's I want to do something different or people can make or break your work experience. I'm telling you. I've always said to you guys, I like what I do, you know, and I like the work and everything that I do. But people can make or break your work experience. I'm not going to go to work and work with someone that smokes. They have me scheduled next week to be over there again. And my guess is until that guy comes back off of maternity leave, if he ever comes back, because one thing, let me say you something about this. The 3 guys that the one that quit, the one that's out because he hurt his shoulder, and the one that's out maternity, they're from the same culture, you know. And it would not surprise me if the guy that quit gets the other 2 guys a job there where he is now. You know, because that's how they do. They look after one another. So those other 2 guys may not even come back. I'm not going to be stuck over there working with that guy, you know. And smoking is not the only thing. This guy is freaking mean. He is mean. I'm talking about attitude down. He's one of those people that, you know, he's halfway decent when the press is running right. But the minute something happens on that press, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You know, you're like, who the heck are you? You know, and I'm getting too old to be dealing with that type of personality. I'm getting too old. I'm to the point where I just want to go to work, do my job, relax, and leave. That's it. I don't want that in-between nonsense and foolishness, you know? And this guy, if I settle in working with him, he's going to make me miserable. He's going to make me a miserable person because obviously he's miserable, you know? Because you have to understand, you work with a machine. Things happen on a machine at any given time for no rhyme or reason, you know? Accept it. Why get all pissed off about it? And, you know, he gets, oh my God. I wish that I can record him one time when something goes wrong on that press. And you guys will see exactly what I mean. But, yeah, I'm leaving. Let me see. I have my 2 copies of my letter of resignation. I went to the library today and I wrote this up. I'm going to give one of these copies to him today, and I'm keeping one for myself. I mean business, because Anthony is not going to work with a mean person and a person that smokes. You are not putting my health in jeopardy, you know. Go ahead and do what you need to do with your health and yourself, but you're not putting me in jeopardy. So what are my plans? What are my plans, Anthony? What you gonna do? Well, my first plan of attack is I was deciding whether I'm going to get a part-time job up this way or go back down to Maryland. Now, ideally, it would benefit me the most to go back down to Baltimore because I have people there. I have a family that I can use their address I wouldn't need a UPS address box anymore, and I wouldn't have to pay for that. I also would not need a storage unit anymore. I wouldn't have to pay for a storage unit anymore. But my concern about going back to Baltimore is finding a job. You know, this is a small town up here. I see people hiring signs up here all the time, you know, but Baltimore is a major city, is much bigger. And, you know, if I get a job down there, then that would be great. But, you know, if I get a job up here, I would stay up here and just work part-time. But again, the best scenario is for me to, you know, head back down to Baltimore and use my mom's address and, you know, make things a lot easier for me. But I think that's what I'm going to do, though. I think I'm just going to go head back down that way, spend about a month or so looking for a job. Hopefully it will not take that long. Hopefully I can get a job almost right away and stay down that way. Yeah, I know how I feel about my little park and ride situation down there. It would be like back home to familiar grounds, familiar territory, and that equals, you know, staying in this lifestyle, you know, a lot longer. So who knows what the, you know, who knows. But that's it, guys. I'm quitting. I can't believe it. I'm quitting. Well, I can believe it. I'm quitting. I'm going to more than likely move back down to Baltimore and set up shop down there, look for some work, and that's it. Now, I am one of those people that I'm one of those people who believe that there are jobs out there. There are a lot of jobs out there now, especially when, 4.3 million people quit their jobs in August? Oh, yeah, there's some jobs out there, you know what I mean? So I'm not too concerned about finding a job. And even if it takes me 3-4 months to find one, you know, I'll be okay financially, you know? I'm not going to sit here and say to you guys, you know, I have all this money, because I don't have nowhere near as the money that I would have had I decided to stay here for even 6 more months. So, but I do have enough money to transition to someplace else and take care of myself. Actually, I have enough money for about a year. I ain't gonna lie, with my low expenses now, I probably have enough money for just about a year. And that's saying that if I don't work at all, ever, you know, this whole year, which we know is not going to happen. Y'all know I'm going to get me some work somewhere, doing something. But I'll be fine. I'm not panicking. And the thing about it is, oh my God, I feel relieved making this decision. I have not second guessed this decision since I made it, yesterday? I act like I made the decision like 4 or 5 months ago. No. Was it yesterday? But listen. But the fact that I made my I took the time to make my resignation papers, I mean business, shit. I mean business. I'm getting out of there, shit. I live in my car, for Pete's sake. I should be able to move anywhere and be anywhere. I should be... I'm serious. I mean business. It's time for me to move on with my life and do something relaxing. All right, that's going to do it for this video. Ever since I made that decision yesterday. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. As always, thank you guys so very much for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. I appreciate you guys, my friends, my FOA Squad. Okay, the other thing I want to mention right quick is the credits are not going to come up on videos that I film with my phone. Only when I do it with my GoPro, because then I go into the editing. I have to learn how to, if in fact there is a way for me to take my ending credits video and my intro video and transfer them to my phone so that I can, it's some stuff I gotta learn. I'm just not with it. I don't have the knowledge. I gotta look stuff up and learn how to do things. But they will be on there on my next video that I use my GoPro on. All right, guys. See you next time.